Today we're super excited to be traveling to Tokyo, where we'll be spending 7 days there. I'm traveling on ANA business class from Kuala Lumpur while my wife is traveling on JAL from Chicago. However, on this video, we'll be concentrating on the experience with ANA business class. In the future, we will share my wife's experience with JAL, so be on the lookout for that video. If you're new to our channel, welcome. Here on our channel, we provide you with travel tips in the format of flight and hotel review. If this is the type of content that interests you, consider subscribing. So, without any further ado, let's pick it up from Kuala Lumpur Element Hotel. Good morning from beautiful Kuala Lumpur. As you can see back there. So today is actually a very exciting day. We're going to be traveling on ANA from Kuala Lumpur to Tokyo Haneda. This is going to be the first time featuring ANA on our channel, so super excited, super pumped about this. So we're going to be flying on their business class product today. Basically what we're going to be evaluating is going to be from the check-in process, going to the lounge, and then the experience on board, and then our arrival into Haneda. So let's get going. Our journey to Tokyo starts today from Kuala Lumpur Element Hotel, where we are catching the taxi to the airport. There are a few ways to get to the airport from the city. You can take the metro, train, or Grab. I chose Grab for convenience. The journey to the airport takes about 50 minutes to 1 hour and a half depending on traffic, costing you around 60 ringgit versus the train costing you around 35 ringgit. My driver was friendly and ensured my on-time arrival at the airport. If you're flying out of KLIA, be sure to verify which terminal you will be departing out so you are dropped off at the right terminal. If you're flying out with the Air Asia, you will be at KLIA Terminal 2, while other airlines will be at KLIA, and it is where we'll be flying out of. I arrived just a few minutes before the check-in counters were open, so we had to queue for a few minutes. Once they opened, it was time for us to check in for a 7-hour flight. We checked our bag and we were ready to go. So anyways, the check-in process was super easy. I was right there. It took a little bit of time before they opened for check-in, but that was super easy. It took about 3 minutes just to go through the check-in process, and now we're going to actually go into security, immigration, and then into the lounge. KLIA Airport main terminal, it is this giant space where you check in, and then you are directed downstairs for immigration and first security, while the main flight security is conducted at the gate. So let's go there now. So again, the immigration was super quick, no issue there. And again, and I think it's because I'm using the business class line or lane. So super quick, and then security will happen once we get into our gate. So that's where we're going to be going right now. As far as the lounge go, we'll be sampling several lounges here at KLIA. Speaking about lounges, there are several lounges available here at least the KL Terminal 1, and there's other lounges as well that's available on the satellite terminal. And for ANA business class passengers, you do have access on the satellite area. So what we're going to do is see also what other lounges available for priority pass holders and see if we can get access to that. So I'm going to try the initial lounge here, maybe the golden lounge on this side here if they'll let me in. If not, then we'll go to the one that is in the satellite area. We tried to go to Golden Lounge at the main terminal and we were told no access was available, so we went to Plaza Premium Lounge instead. This lounge is accessible with Amex Platinum cards only, but you can also pay for a day pass. No priority pass accepted here. If you want to skip ahead to the first segment, check out the chapter for that. Otherwise, let's see these lounges. This lounge is located in the main terminal, offering plenty of seating space. The lounge is beautifully decorated, providing modern looks. The one downside of this lounge is that it does not contain views of the tarmac. Other than that, it is a great lounge to enjoy before a flight. As for the food, they had lots of options from the buffet, and also they had chefs present making other varieties of dishes, including noodle dishes. During my visit there were plenty of seat space and it didn't feel too crowded. I spent about 40 minutes here and wish that I could have stayed here longer, as it was my favorite lounge out of the 3 lounges that I checked out today. Now, the other two lounges will be available at the satellite terminal. So without any further delay, let's go there now. So I just came back from the Plaza Premium Lounge or Premium Plaza Lounge. So you can get access to it only if you have an Amex cards, or you can actually buy for a day pass. So if you are here in Kuala Lumpur International Airport, Terminal 1, just know if you have American Express Platinum card, you'll be able to use the lounge over here. So now we're gonna go check out a different lounge that is on the satellite area that I actually do have access to with my fare. In the past, passengers were connected using the train, but recently passengers are no longer using the train because they're actually remodeling, so you have to use the bus in order to go from the main terminal all the way into the satellite terminal. So again, in the past, you used train. Now, trains are no longer available, so you actually have to use these buses here. One cool thing about taking the bus is being able to pass aircraft that we will be flying on in the future, such as Singapore Airlines. So the reason I talk about the bus is because you want to make sure you give yourself enough time to move between the other terminal and the satellite terminal. You don't want to get here and be stuck. So as you can see here, this is where the train will have dropped you off at. And then from here, you can be able to go into the lounges and things that are available on this side. We are now at the satellite terminal here at KLIA, and we'll be trying two lounges here, where one is accessible priority pass and now accepting city cards, and the other with my flight ticket. The first lounge here is Travel Club Lounge. Again, this is accessible with priority pass and now accept certain city premier card holders. This lounge was the smallest out of the three lounges that I checked out here. The lounge had a quiet seating area with view of the tarmac with plenty of sitting areas and a bar. They also had lots of buffet items ranging from sweets and more. I wanted to try some of the items that they were offering here, but I did not want to spoil my appetite on the flight, and I also wanted to get some from the third lounge, as you will see shortly. This lounge is a really nice space to kill time, and as a priority pass member, you still have 2 guest passes, which is really nice if you're traveling with a companion. Now let's go check out the last lounge here before going to our flight. As we go there, this will be a great place for me to ask if you're enjoying this video to smack the like button. The lounge is a little bit smaller in comparison to the first one. They still had a decent amount of food options, and it was actually pretty nice too. So, lounge 2, now we're gonna go into lounge number 3. Let's go check it out. So now we're at the Golden Lounge satellite location. So I do have access with this. If I was flying with One World carrier, I would definitely have access to it. And this is one of the lounges that ANA uses for their business class and first class passengers. We're now at the Golden Lounge operated by Malaysia Airlines. We've been here before and we use the first class area, but not the business class. I was really excited to check this lounge out. This was the largest of the 3 that I visited here, but to be honest, it was a lounge that was really a letdown. The lounge area is becoming dated with outdated and dirty furniture. However, there was still plenty of seating area and it didn't feel crowded. One positive about this lounge is for sure the food. Now, it does not come close to the dining experience that you will get in the first class lounge, but it provides you with different options. They had the buffet items available for choosing and were stocked well. In addition, they had a personalized chef experience where you can order items such as sandwich and noodles to be freshly made. However, I think the furniture choice can be replaced here as it is getting older. Also, can't forget that there are windows available here for you to spot airplane, which I was able to view a couple of airlines that we will be featuring here on our channel soon, including Etihad, Singapore, just to name a few. Anyways, it was time for us to head into the gate for this flight. Alright, our time just ended here. It's time to go board our flight to Tokyo Haneda. So this is going to be about 7.5 hour flight. So hopefully it's going to be great. So let's go see it. Today we're boarding from gate C22, which is about 5 to 7 minutes walk from the lounge. So as I previously mentioned, the security for flights will occur at the gate. So make sure you actually arrive a little bit earlier to go through security. Otherwise you can miss your flight if you do not do that. So now we're going to go through security here at the gate. The security process was quick and painless, and here's our bird taking us on the 7-hour flight to Tokyo. Now we're boarding. Let's go check out the cabin and how it looks like. The excitement is building up as we board this beautiful 787-8 Dreamliner, and we'll be providing the configuration of this flight shortly. Let's make it to our seat, where we are greeted with lots of amenities on the seat. The bulkhead seat in front of me was sure interesting one. Let's get familiar with our space. So we're now sitting here on our seat. We're at 7K, which has direct access to the aisle, and also I'm closer to the window in comparison to the other seats that are much closer to the aisle versus being actually on the window, which allows you to have more privacy space. So initially I had booked to be on the seat 6F, which was the middle throne seat. In the last minute this seat became available, so I snatched it right away because I wanted to be right by the window. So I'm super happy with this, and I'm going to review the product shortly and then let you guys know exactly what's around here and then what is my first impression. So let's talk about things that are near here. So you do have the TV, which is very large TV that you have, and there's a table right underneath that, and that tray table you can open it by doing this. So a lot of space, with the exception that it's a little bit dirty, so you need to wipe it off with my own wipe. And then you do have a lot of leg rooms right there where your feet will go, and underneath that you do have the storage with a where you can put actually a book bag or smaller items in there. And on this side here you do have the table. I like this bluish color that they have. On the other fleet that they do have the brown color, but this blue one is super nice, super cool, and it has a little bit of lighting on them that you can see in there, which I think sets up the mood for the mood lighting. On top there you do have lighting here, so you have a light and lamp, which the buttons over there, you can press the button and the light will light on. And on the other side you do have also a cup holder. In here you do have the controller for the seat, so you can be able to recline it back. Here you do have a TV remote, and then some controllers around here. You can be able to also program the seat. As far as the amenity that they provide to you, you do have a pillow that you can use when you're sitting down. There's a mattress topper as well, and also you do have the blankets. And the last item that is provided to you, it is that slippers, which is really cool. In front of you, you do have a coat hanger, and also on the bottom there you do have lighting for your the area of your feet. There's a huge space right there that you can actually see on the area of the seat in front of you. You also do have here the headphone jack where you can plug your headphones, and they provide you the headphones, but I feel like these headphones are a little bit on the cheaper side of things, so we're probably going to be using mine for the most part of the flight. So first impressions is that the seat is comfortable, the space is a little bit more private in comparison to the other seats that are closer to the aisle, but the seat looks very dated. There's a lot of things kind of like falling apart. Looks very old in comparison to the other products that is in the market. This is a bit lacking, but other than that, for this 7.5 hour flight, I will not be complaining about it. We'll see how the experience on board and everything else goes, and then we'll let you know what our total experience is like flying on this product with ANA. Let's also not forget that you do have a USB and power outlet chargers. In addition, something that is becoming rare, an individual air vent allowing you to control your temperature. Now let's enjoy the welcome drink. So right now the flight attendant came about and introduced herself and also provided us with the welcome drink. And I went with it while gone. So with this cabin, there's the business class is separated by two separate areas. You do have the front part, and this is the second cabin of the business class. So this cabin has a total of 14 seats, and there's more up front. So there's one thing that ANA is notorious for not providing on flights that are less, I think, than 10 hours. I'll find out information correct, but one thing that they do not provide is the amenity kit. So with other airlines, this flight you definitely would have gotten an amenity kit, but with ANA, they do not provide amenity kit on this flight. Just for correction, they provided you with the items that you need, and we will see that later. So we're all boarded, the doors have been closed, we're getting ready to push back. My opinion has always been that the Japanese airlines are great when it comes to service, it's great with everything else. One area where they lack, for sure, it is on the entertainment side of things, where it just looks super old. Even though it's modern, it's touchscreen, but it's still just old on the IFE how it looks like. So that's for sure why. If you know why they do this, let me know in the comment. However, the IFE contained lots of options during the flight. Now that we are in the air, let's review the toilet and the amenity that we have on this Dreamliner. The first thing that you notice is that you have a window in the toilet. We had similar experience in the Qatar Airways flight from Doha to Dar es Salaam. This bathroom was on the smaller side, but you do get a huge mirror, a sink, and some of the amenities that you usually find on the amenity kit. You also have a bidet and a long mirror to look at yourself, of course. Lastly, you have a coat hook. Anyways, let's get back to our seat and start enjoying the meal service. They provided us with a package towel, which I think is on the cheaper side of this premium cabin, but we're not going to complain. Here is the menu providing you the detail of the meals served on this route between Kuala Lumpur and Haneda. Feel free to pause and glance at it, or you can skip through it as well. Okay, I'll take the French one. What's the other one? As for the drink, I got the Argentina blend costing $21 for the bottle, which is also screams cheap. For the meal, we selected the Japanese menu and started with the wrap. To be fair, it was really good. Just an honest moment, I really hate recording myself eating. So watching this part as I edit is even more cringy. I'm not sure if I want to continue recording myself as I eat my meal. Let me know in the comment if you like this or not. No shame in learning and changing based on the feedback. Just remember to keep the comments nice and not offensive. Anyway, the second part of the meal was served and is a large shrimp with other vegetable blend. Initially, I thought this was a main course, but later on, I found out that this was just the beginning of the feast in disguise. The meal presentation on this flight was on point. Everything that I ate tasted fresh, unlike other airlines that still shall remain nameless. I just wish that airlines could learn from Japanese airlines and other Middle Eastern airlines that really do well on their onboard meal experience, rather than serving bland food that screams disappointment. Lastly, the main course was served, which was the fish dish with rice and sweet potatoes. This meal was definitely on point, and I spared you watching me eating it. Oh, let's not forget the dessert was also served, and this was also good. My bed was made, and it was time for me to get some sleep, as we still have 5 hours left on this flight to Tokyo. I managed to get about 3 hours of sleep on this flight, and the bed was really comfortable. But I had to get up to continue the feast in disguise with other food options available on this flight. So we ordered the infamous Ippodam ramen dish. Oh my goodness, this was one of the best noodles or ramen dishes I've ever had, let alone in disguise. So, let's remember in the beginning when I said no amenity kit was provided. Well, the flight attendant saw me making this video and she apologized for not offering the amenity kit. But she brought me all these items to take. It contained all the amenities that comes on the amenity kit, but still no amenity bag itself. Later in the flight, before arriving in Tokyo, I asked for one last meal on this flight, which was the chicken curry dish. This will actually become my favorite dish while in Japan. Anyways, we start making our descent to Tokyo, and let me provide you with my thought on this flight. Overall, this product was great. I know that this is not an ANA in the room, but it was a decent product. Initially, I was not sure how I would feel with this type of configuration, but I learned to love it. As I stated, my seat was initially the throne seat due to aircraft swap, as I initially had a window seat. But in the last minute, I was able to find the window seat again, which was private and allowed me to have the views. The soft product on this flight was phenomenal. The flight attendants were polite and really glad that I was there, unlike other experience we had recently with other airlines. The meal was on point with every single one that I tried on this flight. The entertainment was also good, having a lot of options to choose from live TV, TV show, and recently released movies. Now to the area where I was a bit disappointed. For a flight that is this long, 7 hours, a proper amenity kit should be given. But other than that, this is a great product in the market. Hopefully in the future, ANA will upgrade all of its fleet with a newer business class with enclosed doors similar to the room.
Dear passengers, we have landed at Tokyo International Airport. The local time in Tokyo is 10:14 p.m.
Okay, we just arrived here in Tokyo. We're gonna go through immigration, then grab our bags, and then head on to our hotel. Anyways, we made it to Tokyo on time, where we cleared immigration and custom before catching the train to the city. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, smack the like button. And if you are not a subscriber, consider subscribing so that you don't miss our journey in Tokyo and many other videos like this. Thank you again for watching. We will see you in the next one.